children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon, and this week we have a full supermoon lunar eclipse in Pisces. It is going to be big. It's going to be somewhat intense, I think. I think that's why we're starting out in the sunlight, getting a little meditative space, some quiet, some peace, and preparing for what's to come. It's going to be interesting. The only thing I pulled from this Pisces moon really is the feet, the footwork that is involved during Virgo season and how important it is. And I can see feet standing on their ground. I can see feet stepping in the right direction. I can see feet dancing to the sound of music, and I can see feet turning and running. And all of these feet are doing everything that they have culminated, whether we're running to our dreams, running from monsters, whether we're dancing in the full harvest of manifestation, or whether we're taking a stand for ourselves. Anything you do right now is going to be amazing. It's going to be important. So pay attention. Allow things to pass. Observe and react accordingly. I feel like we've been training for this the entire year. Our year 8, running those loops, those circles. Slowing down, pacing ourselves. Letting things pass and not letting things slide. Standing upright and getting ready to take flight. Let's get into our reads. I'm so ready. I'm gonna go set up. Hey there, Geminis. So it was you who was speaking to the dead in the last one. And as I was getting ready, setting up, opening up, what I got was something died near you, and but there wasn't a good chord there. There wasn't the right chord there anyways. And maybe that is the thing, that is the illumination that is yet to be uncovered, is the genuine truth to the chord attachment to the thing, person, place, or being that died. And maybe not understanding yourself in the moment or situation, or even not understanding yourself now, could have been the thing that was tying you up, twisting you up, tangling you up into this energy, attaching you to this space, even though the cord wasn't any good. It was meant to be broken. It was meant to be cut. It was meant to be burnt or destroyed in some way or another. But because of the way that the end came about, it left an impact of resonance that implied a level of importance that was really just a misunderstanding of truth, of true self, of true destiny, of true momentum and true movement. Sorry, we're just off the cuffing it this week, I guess. It's that super full moon lunar eclipse with Aries North Node that's, I think, just really illuminating, tripping everything, and it's just setting it all off. There's a lot of power and energy to be had here, and if you can recognize it and utilize it to your best advantage, the thoughts and feelings that you are working through in your mind are going to illuminate fantastic conclusions. And I think that applies for all of us. So let's start shuffling our cards, shall we, Geminis? I think I did that for Virgo, too. I titrated on for a good chunk of time there. Anticipations. Alright. Yeah, I had to get that out. I had to pull all that out first. And just address our new moon messages before we got into our full moon. Because what we're doing here now is we are making ourselves a sanctuary, a space, a safe place. We are making a comfortability, we are making a home. And with the King of Wands and this 9, I get 9s and 7s confused sometimes. Similar personalities. Anyways, yeah, we're pulling ourselves together. We are pulling it all together. And with the King of Wands being our representation, you know, it might still be a little raw. It might still look underdeveloped, but that doesn't take away from its power. Our development had been it had been curbed. It had been thrown off of course. And even so, even going through the rough and tumble battles that we have been going through, that does not take away from the kingdom that we have built for ourselves, for this space that we have made. It took a little bit longer to get there. It took a little bit more struggle, more fight, especially not understanding or seeing all of the pieces that we're missing in order to get that wheel turning again in our favors. But this is all you. This is all the work and spoils of what you have been putting in, where you have been driving yourself, where you have been pushing yourself through your passions and working with your own potential. That is what brings us to this rest and reprieve. That's what brings us to this place where we can feel safe and we can finally heal. Heal. Just for extra emphasis and drama here. You can finally heal, Geminis. You can sit down here because of all of the tireless work and passion-driven energy that you have put into changing your fate, changing your destination, changing your location, changing your position, and putting yourself in this space. Now you have a nice safe spot to go and just drop. And just drop to the floor and let it all wash over you. It's overwhelmingly, like, dark and beautiful all at the same time. It's one of those artistic and very creative and very beautiful and soothing sadnesses. It's relief. You're gonna make me cry, Geminis. I can feel all the tears of all of this, like, because it's extremely overwhelming. But in the softest and most beautiful of ways. I feel like the final turns on this wheel, getting ourselves on top and letting ourselves and putting ourselves in a position where we can safely fall and nothing and no one outside of this space can come in and disrupt the process that is very much needed. Because we have taken this darkness, we have taken this dark place in our hearts, in our minds, and our souls, and we have created a bubble of light and security and stability around it before even going in this time. And by going in, knowing that we are fully safe and able to really rest and heal, we can just let it all go. We can let it drop and fall away. We can accept the things that we couldn't accept before. We can figure out our next moves and really put together a good momentum. And I know I got these guys, these sixes hanging out on the top. That's Six of Pentacles, overbearing manipulator, looking down, and the Six of Cups on the side of it's time to come home. You should be home by now. You should this, you should that. But even with that influence, like, I feel like this space, it really is, it's a cave. This Ten of Pentacles is a cave, but it's a safe haven for you. It is a safe place that you can go and separate yourself from this energy so that you can learn how to properly climb these hills. This hill, with this guy, with this jerk of a guy over here. Trying to be the boss man, telling you what to do. Geminis don't like people telling them what to do. It's the new cycle. We have to complete the old cycle before we can fully take on and tackle that next cycle, and that's why it's important to go through the process. We have climbed, scraped, and screamed our way to the top just so we could drop in safety and catch ourselves and lift ourselves once again to take on the next hill, to take on the next boss in this battle. To keep fighting, to keep going. This is the time and the space for us in this full moon to recharge and plan our next moves. Again, utilize this energy. There is a lot of it, plenty to go around. Yes and no. Below the table, and she's faced away, and oh, isolation. Welcome the isolation. Appreciate the isolation. See this pillar, this foundational structure here has fallen behind us, but where we're sitting with our little Merlin hawk, wise and knowing, helping us, we don't even have to worry ourselves. Again, from it's like an outside perspective looking in, it looks like a sad, low place. But we're not. We're plotting. We have more than you think. You have more than you think. And there's more coming in. There is aid and assistance and help coming in because we allowed ourselves to go through the process to recognize our kingly, our queenly state. Not only have we been fathering ourselves through this process, but we have been mothering ourselves as well. The father is driving our passions and keeping them in check. Our mother, our internal mother, has been teaching us how to receive and how to make things come to us. Neither of these people are chasing, because it ain't no fun when the rabbit's got its gun. But we're not chasing. We are driving and steering and taking control of ourselves and our life. We are learning how to receive and have and be had. There's so much good stabilizing energy in here. I know that this moon is gonna bring on a lot of waterworks. I know. But at the same time, there is so much else here to help. That is why all of these other elements are coming in to our aid to help balance us out and get us steady on our path to you have to allow yourself to cry in order to let the universe show you how to dry your tears and move forward. You gotta get through this release. That's the prime most important part. Creating and cultivating that safe space so that you can just let it go and feel safe letting it go. Because giving yourself to somebody else is like giving them a loaded gun. Therefore, if you are going to enter this level of vulnerability, whoever is there with you has to be somebody that you would hand a literal loaded gun to and not think twice and not look over your shoulder. You trust them, hand over heart, heart over hand. They've got your back. That is the space that is safe for you. And if there is not, if that does not exist, then find that within yourself. Because now is not the time to leave yourself open to vulnerability or not to... Now is not the time to leave yourself open for attack. Now is the time to come on in and heal up. I can't pull anything else for you, Geminis. Short, sweet, simple, yet not so short, not so sweet, and not so simple. It is both of those things and none of those things all at once, and that is the grand spectrum and perspective of the universe. Enjoy this ride, Geminis. It is a very important one. I think you're going to learn a lot. I think you're going to gain a lot. I think you're going to really get some things figured out with this moon if you utilize those energies correctly. So go where you know you need to go, and know that you have already been working and building this creative and light bubble around this space, and that is going to soothe the darkness into a more comfortable, peaceable expression. Because out of the depths of the darkness come the most beautiful creations. And that's where we're headed next, Geminis. Don't forget that. And thank you. Have a fantastic full moon.